Good morning, peace and blessings. It's your boy Jay Taylor, Voices for the Voiceless, and I'm back with another visual, you feel me? So let's get to it, man. Y'all already know, man, I've been covering the whole beef between Elon Musk and President Trump. You know, they got into it like last week, real heavy via social media, throwing darts at each other, and it was supposedly, allegedly, over the big, beautiful bill. You know, the bill they talk about, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. Elon was like, you ain't got enough cuts in there. And then Trump said, you only mad because it ain't got the electric car tax taken out. And then Elon was sitting up there talking about, oh man, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have got elected. And then Trump was sitting over there talking about, hey man, why don't we cut them taxes that you get from the federal government? It was going down. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I had the video called What's Beef? Beef is when you can't put Teslas on the street. You know what I'm saying? All that type of talk, right? So, man, it went down. But cooler heads prevail, and as the title says, the beef is cooked. So the beef is cooked. It's no longer in the oven. It ain't cooking no more, man. It ain't on 450 no more. It's slow cooking now. The beef, you know how you got a roast in the oven, and you go stick it with that fork, and it's tender. I think the beef is tender right now, and it's on the slow cook side. Now, I'm a little premature about saying the beef is cooked, but the beef is cooked. Elon Musk apologizes to President Trump. Wow, man. So, you know, my position was, man, I thought it was a situation where, man, this was a distraction. But as you see here, Elon Musk on X said, I regret some of my posts about President real Donald Trump. And he tagged him last week. They went too far. That was 2:04 a.m. January 11th, yesterday morning, in the middle of the night. 77.6 million views. I regret some of my posts about President at real Donald Trump last week. They went too far. Man, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. That right there solidified it to me. I mean, my personal opinion, I thought this was like some type of money, well, not a money play, but like a play to like, you know, cause a distraction, draw some separation between Elon and Trump. So, you know, Elon can go back to his businesses. His tenure in the White House is over. Those are still doing their thing. But yeah, man. So just to get a brief recap on the beef, let's go to that right quick. Let's refresh our memory right quick on the beef. And this was last week, when the beef was cooking, when it was hot.
The bromance is definitely over. President Trump and Elon Musk erupted into a nasty public feud today.
I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
The extraordinary squabble happened before the eyes of the world as the president was meeting with the Chancellor of Germany in the Oval Office. He claims Musk has turned against him because the big, beautiful bill removes the tax credits for buying electric cars like Teslas.
I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem. And he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate.
Musk was listening and he responded in real time, basically calling Trump a liar. False. This bill was never shown to me even once, he declared on social media as Trump bashed him. Such ingratitude. Without me, Trump would have lost the election. The president says Musk has a case of Trump derangement syndrome.
I'll tell you, he's not the first. People leave my administration, they leave and they wake up in the morning and the glamour's gone, the whole world is different, and they become hostile.
You could see he looked visibly sad when talking about this fraying relationship with someone that he has viewed for so long now as a good friend of his.
The rift is reportedly so deep, Musk won't even take calls from the White House.
Members of Trump's team have reached out to Elon Musk. No response.
Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore. I was surprised.
All right. So we can stop that right there, man. So that was just that's when the beef was cooking. You know what I'm saying? That's when it was at 450 degrees. You had the roast with the potatoes and the carrots cooking, and it was sizzling, right? The beef was sizzling. You know, and since then, things kind of cooled off. And then, like I just said, man, I showed that tweet. Elon apologizes somewhat because, man, let's be clear, these two were inseparable. They were inseparable for like a year and a half. That whole campaign, the Doge thing, Elon going through what he went through with Tesla getting vandalized. They was like the yin and the yang, man. It was cool dynamic to see, and it was very unfortunate. But I knew in the back of my mind, this is a distraction. Now keep in mind, while all of this was going on between Trump and Elon, we securing deals with China on the tariffs. That deal is pretty much solidified. So the economy finna skyrocket right now. Go check it, do your research. That tariff war with China, while we was being distracted with Elon Musk and Trump, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's getting took under control now. And on top of that, it's a whole bunch of other things that happen unbeknownst to us. Other deals with other nations that's securing our economy, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. So in a few, it's gonna be time to run it up. But I think that, and I stand on this, I think that Elon Musk was trying to get back in good graces, you know what I'm saying, with his buyers on the left. Because see, the Democrats start reaching for Elon. They started trying to get Elon to come back to the Democratic side. And his stocks, when he disrespected the president, his stocks plummeted. It plummeted. You know what I'm saying? Now they Tesla rising back up. So that was another money play. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. I'm paying attention, So yeah, man. Now let's see what Donald Trump had to say about Elon Musk and his apology. You know what I'm saying? How did he react to it? Because like I said, this is my third video on this. The second one, I was talking about how both of these guys are egomaniacs. You know what I'm saying? They both, it's the room ain't big enough for the both of them type situation. So it's interesting to see these reactions and all of this shit.
Also new overnight, Elon Musk backtracking. It's called the Big Beautiful Backtrack. He tweeted this out. He said, "I regret some of my posts about President Donald Trump last week. They went too far." He didn't say which one specifically that he regretted. We have some ideas. You want to read through them, Brian?
It says, "Without me, Trump would have lost the election." Not a good thing to say. Dems would control the House and Republicans would be down 51-49 in the Senate. Really not accurate, but you did put a lot of time in Pennsylvania, Elon. We know that.
He said this as well. In light of the president's statements about the cancellation of my government contract, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately.
And that's been deleted. He also said, time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT.
Now, these are our opinion of what he might want to walk back. We don't know what he wants to walk back.
That one was deleted too. So, yeah, he also...
Now, when I heard that, now just to pause for the calls right quick. When I heard Elon say that about the Epstein file thing, I said, oh, no. They playing games. I knew right then and there, I said, man, they playing games. And that was a dead giveaway to me that, oh, this your big bomb. You've been about Donald Trump. Pop. Basically every day, you in the White House sleeping on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Eating cold pizza, working in Doge. And the Epstein files is the biggest, juiciest bomb you got. I'm like, oh man, you already know the Democrats. They done looked through that with a fine tooth comb and ain't find nothing. They just threw the book at Donald Trump before he got in office, so you know it ain't nothing on no Epstein. So I said right then and there, yeah, these guys, they playing us, man. They playing us. But to me, it was a finesse. It's entertainment, though, man. Something to laugh at. You know what I'm saying? Something to laugh at for real, though. But yeah, man, that Epstein thing was a dead giveaway to me.
said that Donald Trump should be impeached.
Yeah.
Anybody that knows the president, he loves spirited debate. Even if you disagree with him, you can yell, you can scream, you can make your points be heard. But when he took it public and he started saying some of the talking points from the left, where it was impeachment, Epstein files and all of that, he lost a little credibility there, a lot of credibility. Now, I think they will make up, but they're never going to be as close as they were before because the president simply can't trust the guy now.
Donald Trump said that he imagines that Elon Musk would want to talk to him. Listen.
On Elon Musk, do you plan to speak to him on the phone anytime soon?
I haven't really thought about it, actually. I would imagine he wants to speak to me. I would think so. If I were...
He said, I would imagine, hey, Trump funny, man. He said, I imagine he'll want to speak to me. See what I'm saying, man? Ego, man. The size of skyscrapers. The beef has been cooked, man. The beef is cooked, man. Ding, I'm ready.
If I were him, I'd want to speak to me, and maybe he's already called. You'd have to ask him whether or not he's already called. But I'd have no problem with it.
I'll tell you he did.
Right. What does that mean? Ask if he called.
I think he said, hey, he called me, but I'm not going to put it out there. But you ask him.
I don't know for sure, but I would say I'd have everything that he posted. You know what bothers him most? The attacks on the big, beautiful bill, because it hurt it temporarily. It halted the momentum they had in the Senate. So now he's got, this is my landmark piece of legislation. You better not hurt it. Remember, he blew up the debt ceiling deal that was done so they could move forward, and it delayed everything for 2 weeks.
Now, I disagree. I think that was strategic because when Elon Musk criticized the big, beautiful bill, it was basically saying there wasn't enough cuts to the bill. Now, that would incentivize the Senate, which is the Democrats, to be like, okay, we're going to side with Elon and add them cuts just to tick. They would do anything to go against Donald Trump, even if it's at their best interest. I think the Democrats are so disillusioned that they would put their own freedom on the line just to tick Donald Trump off. It's like anything. So, you just never know, man. They going against the mass deportation. Trump was mandated by the American people in this last election, and the Democrat Party would go against the American people that vote for them just to go against Donald Trump, man. So it was a good strategy.
Every day matters. They got 3 weeks to get it done. And I think that if Elon could just stay out of the way and let the politics happen and the bill be defined, the president would be more than willing to talk after July 4th.
I definitely think they will make up. You have a guy who is used to leading a company, a massive company, wealthiest man in the world. He's not used to being told what to do. He's used to doing the firing. But in this case, he's dealing with the most powerful man in the world. And so I think that There was
Gotta
frustration
hit
there.
his skis.
Yeah. And he's mercurial.
Yeah.
He's a different kind of person.
Mhm.
So
But there's no way to turn it. He can't go Democrat. Everything that they
That's
stand
right.
for, he has come
It's
out
crazy.
against.
he won't go Democrat. He just didn't like the bill because it wasn't in his best interest for his company.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm
All right. We can stop that right there, man. Yeah, man. Or just coming real quick, man. Chop it up with y'all on this kind of light commentary, man. It's commentary. It's funny, man. And for what it's worth, I think this beef was a distraction. It was fake. You know what I'm saying? I think these guys been on the phone chopping it up the whole time. People will disagree, like Elon and them went a little bit too far. But for me, this was just too quick of a turnaround. And before I get up out of here, let's see what the 5 on Fox got to say about this situation. Yeah, got a little treat for y'all, man. I like the 5 on Fox. You know what I'm saying? See what they got to say. I was gonna cut out, but let's get into it.
Elon Musk offering a late-night apology to President Trump after a nasty public feud over the Republican spending bill. I don't know if you guys heard about this. It spilled out into the public last week and through the weekend. So at 3:04 a.m., the world's richest man, I was actually on my way to work, posted on X, quote, "I regret some of my posts about President Trump last week. They went too far. President Trump is responding to his former first buddy apology, saying he told the New York Post this. I thought it was very nice that he did that. And check out what the president told Miranda Devine about the broken bromance. Watch this.
Look, I have no hard feelings. I was really surprised that happened. He went after a bill that's phenomenal.
He just
I
didn't
think
get
he
that.
feels very badly that he said that. Actually, things like that happen. I don't blame him for anything. That I was a little disappointed.
A little disappointed. He wants to take back some of the tweaks. Sandra, what do you think about this? We got to this point now where everyone's settled down. It looks like Susan Wiles and J.D. Vance put a call into Elon, who called the
And
president.
apparently that was very effective.
Yes.
I think there's probably people who are watching this play out who said they saw it coming, that there eventually would be a feud. And perhaps those same people are saying they're making up. And we saw that coming too. I don't know. We'll see where they go with this. But these are obviously could be seen as softened words and a stance towards President Trump from Elon Musk, that perhaps he did go too far. I think his popularity may have taken a hit with the Republican Party as a result of trying to beat up on President Trump. There was a real world market reaction. You know that, right? As this was all sort of, as Elon Musk was starting to walk back some of this, saying he might have gone too far, the market rallied, Tesla shares rallied. There were some people happy to see this. So where tomorrow brings us, I don't know.
So what tweets do you think he wants to walk back? The Epstein thing?
The
Do you think
impeach
that
one?
saying that I'm going to decommission the Dragon spacecraft? I mean, do you think he wants to?
Yeah, I mean,
the
all
impeach-
of them or some of them? You got to be clear.
Right.
Do I think they're going to be sitting next to each other while Trump blows out his birthday candles after the military parade? No.
But
There could be a cooling and they could appear together. And then that'll be a big deal. Then it'll wipe everything the Democrats are doing out of the news cycle. But I don't think Trump trusts him fully. He thinks he might be on drugs, and it's hard to come back from something like this. But it is interesting, as you mentioned, who brokered it. So you got Susie Wiles because she wants to keep the House. And Elon promised, I think, $100 million to keep the House. And then J.D. Vance, who needs Musk's money if he wants to run for president in 2028. So that was key. But remember what the Democrats said. Before the fight, they said Elon was co-president. Wrong. They said that Trump was going to pay him back in the big, beautiful bill. Wrong. And then after the falling out, they said Trump was going to deport him or murder him. Wrong. Or
Exactly. I mean, they had so many false narratives when it came to these two. It's just ridiculous, man. They were saying all kind of stuff. Like, man, Elon was running the White House. Donald Trump ain't, is his puppet. And clearly that was so wrong, like he said. But yeah, I'm going to stop that right there, man. Shout out to the fire. In conclusion, man, cooler heads always prevail. You know, whether the beef was real or fake, it was very entertaining. And I got, 3 videos of commentary out of it. I don't know if it's going to be noteworthy of any other commentary, maybe an honorable mention here. But I love endings that are, more or less on a positive note. Let's say that. But what say you? It's your boy Jay Taylor, Voices for the Voiceless. We love y'all. Whatever's best for the nation is what I say. And until next time, we'll see you soon. Peace and blessings.